Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham
mandar ako ikamaniya Vishesha Shobha
Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Yasa Sakalen Priya Priti Manti Vasyanti Panti Kayanti Chiram Naganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrahasya Govindam
Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Hari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Hari
जय गौरनिताय कृष्ण बलराम ललिता विशाख जय राधे श्याम जय राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर राधे राधा शिल प्रभुपद प्राण धन है प्रभुपद शिल प्रभुपद प्राण धन है जय श्री राधा श्याम सुंदर ललिता विशाखा देवी की जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद जय प्रभु जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद 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 श्रीला प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल गौर हरि बोल श्री गुरु चरण पद्म केवल भक्ति सद्म श्री गुरु चरण पद्म बंधु मोहि सावधान मते बंधु मोहि बंधु मोहि सावधान मते बंधु যাহার প্রসাদে এবতরিয়া যায় যা কৃষ্ণ প্রাপ্তি হয় যাহা হইতে কৃষ্ণ প্রাপ্তি কৃষ্ণ প্রাপ্তি হয় যাহা হইতে কৃষ্ণ প্রাপ্তি গুরুমুখ পদ্ম বাক্য চিত্তে তে করে আয়ক গুরুমুখ প্রভুপাদ আরনা করিয়া মনে আশা আরনা করিয়া মনে আশা আরনা শ্রী গুরু চরণে রতি এই সে উত্তম গতি শ্রী जय प्रसाद पूरे सर्व आशा जय प्रसाद जय प्रसाद पूरे सर्व आशा जय प्रसाद चक्षुदान दिल जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से चक्षुदान प्रभुपाद दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान प्रेम भक्ति जहा होते अविद्या विनाश जाते प्रेम प्रभुपाद वेद गाय जहार चरित वेद गाय जहार चरित वेद गाय श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अदम जनार बंधु श्री गुरु प्रभुपाद श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अदम जनार बंधु श्री गुरु लोकनाथ लोकेर जीवन लोकनाथ लोकनाथ लोकेर जीवन लोक आहा प्रभु कर दया देह मोरे पद छाया प्रभु आहा प्रभु कर दया देह मोरे पद छाया प्रभुपाद एबे जश घोष त्रिभुवन एबे जश एबे जश घोष त्रिभुवन आहा प्रभु कर दया देह मोरे पद छाया आहा प्रभु कर दया देह मोरे पद छाया एबे जश घोष त्रिभुवन प्रभु पाद पतित पावन আমি তুহা পদে লইনু শরণ জয় প্রভুপাদ 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 শিলা প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ 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 জয় প্রভুপাদ श्रीला प्रभुपाद गुरु पूजा के नमः विष्णुपादाय कृष्णा पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निते नामिने नमः प्रभुपाद नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्त वृंद गौरभक्त वृंद चैतन्य प्रभु दया कर मोरे श्री कृष्ण तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे पतित पावन तो तब अवतारा पतित परम पोतित प्रभु ना पाइबे आराम। आहा प्रभो नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखे आ प्रभु। कृपाय अवलोकन कर हमें बर दुखे। कृपाय अवलोकन कर दया कर सीतापते अद्वैत गोसाया दया। हमें तब कृपा बल पाए चैतन्य निताय। आहा स्वरूप सनातन रूप रघुनाथ स्वरूप। भट्ट जुग सृजे प्रभु लोकनाथ।
भट्ट जुग श्रीजीव प्रभु लोकनाथ।
दया कर श्री आचार्यो प्रभु श्रीनिवास दया। रामचंद्र संग मागे नरोत्तम दास राम। जय गौरनिताय 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 जय गौरनिताय। जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम ललिता विशाखा जय राधे श्याम। जय प्रभुपाद 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 श्रील प्रभुपाद।
हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे
राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Bolo Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Radhe. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Hare.
संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधाम हरि जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधाम हरि यशोदानंदन व्रजजनरंदन यशोदानंदन व्रजजनरंदन यमुना तेरा यमुना तेरा वनता हरि जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधाम हरि जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधाम हरि यशोदानंदन व्रजजनरंदन यशोदानंदन व्रजजनरंदन यमुना तेरा वनता हरि यमुना तेरा वनता हरि जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधाम हरि जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधाम हरि
Yashodanandana Brajajandarandana Yamuna Tera Vanatam Hari Yamuna Tera Vanatam Hari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Biham Hari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Biham Hari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Biham Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Shama Sundara Radha Shama Sundara Hare Jaya Radhe Sham Radhe Sham Radhe Sham Jaya Radhe Sham Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram जय विश्वपाद परमहंस गुरुचार्य श्रोता सत्य शिष्य छिला ऐसी भक्ति विरंत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय विश्वपाद परमहंस गुरुचार्य श्रोता सत्य शिष्य छिला भक्ति सिरंत सरस्वती ठाकुर श्री प्रभुपाद की अनंत कुल वैष्णववृंद की श्री रूप श्री सनातन भक्त रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दस रघुनाथाचार्य गोस्वामी प्रभु की प्रेम से को श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवजरी गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री राधा कृष्ण गो गोविंदाचार्य कुंद राधा कुंद गिरि गोवर्धन की वृंदावन धाम की मथुरा धाम की मायापुर धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की तुलसी महारानी भक्ति देवी की गंगा यमुनी देवी की हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की श्री श्री गौनिताय की श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम की श्री श्री राधा श्याम सुंदर की गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि गो समन्वित भक्त वृंद की all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Granga, all glories to Shri Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudiraye. नाष्टभये शब्देषु नित्यं भगवते सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी एते चंसा कलपुंसं कृष्णस्तु भगवान् स्वयं इन्द्रियार्व्याकुलं लोकं मृद्यन्ते युगे युगे। Ladies, Nirikshan, seeing that of Pralambasura, Vapu, the body, Alam, quickly, Ambare, in the sky, Charat, moving, Pradipta, blazing, Drik, his eyes, Bruputin, of his frown upon his eyebrows, Tata, on the edge, Ugra, terrible, Damstrakam, his teeth, Jvalat, fiery, Shikham, hair, Kataka, of his armlets, Kirita, crown, Kundala, and earrings, Dvisha, by the effulgence, Adbhutan, astonishing, Aladhara, Lord Balaram, the carrier of the plough weapon, Ishak, became frightened. Translation and purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti-yoga Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ki. Translation. When Lord Balaram, who carries the plough weapon, saw the gigantic body of the demon as he moved swiftly in the sky, with his blazing eyes, fiery hair, terrible teeth reaching towards his sprawling brows, and an amazing effulgence generated by his armlets, crown and earrings, the Lord seemed to become a little frightened. Purport. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains Lord Balaram's so-called fear as follows. Balaram was playfully acting out the role of an ordinary cowherd boy, and to maintain the mood of this pastime he appeared slightly disturbed by the horrible demoniac body. Also because the demon had appeared as a cowherd boyfriend of Krishna's, and because Krishna had accepted him as a friend, Baladev was slightly apprehensive about killing him. Balaram could also have been worried that since this cowherd boy was actually a demon in disguise, at that very moment another such demon might have been attacking Lord Krishna himself. Thus the omniscient and omnipotent Supreme Lord Balaram exhibited the pastime of becoming slightly nervous in the presence of the horrible demon Pralamba. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnanam Janasalakaya Chakshodan Militam Yenam Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Sayam Rupakadamayam Dadati Sabadantikam Bandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagarajatam Sahagana Raganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Saddaitam Savadutam Parjana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakanvitam Scha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastade Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare. So here in this chapter, Lord Balaram, the elder brother of Krishna, is also the Supreme Lord, is the first expansion of the Supreme Lord of Srimad Bhagavatam Sri Krishna. Krishna is the source of everything, of all the spiritual material worlds, of all the different personalities of Godhead, of all the energies, of all the even living entities. Is the source of everyone, of everything. So Balaram is the first expansion. Ete chamsa kalapumsam Krishna stu Bhagavan Swayam. So is Swayam Bhagavan, and everyone else is emanating from him. Although Krishna is eternal, similarly Balaram is also eternal. So since time immemorial they perform their pastimes, but still it is mentioned that Krishna is the source of even Balaram. So that is the consideration of the absolute truth. Tattva Vichar. In regards to the pastimes, Lila Vichar, Balaram is the elder brother of Krishna. So although Krishna is the origin of everything, but he has an elder brother and his parents are there. So by the inconceivable potency of Krishna, these wonderful, inconceivable manifestations have taken place of the spiritual material world. So here specifically Balaram's pastime is mentioned of killing one of the demons. It is also actually mentioned by the acharyas that so Krishna, as we know, he killed so many demons. Of course the acharyas have also explained that mostly the demons are killed by Vasudeva Krishna or Vishnu, whereas Nandanandan, Gopinath Shyamasundar is simply performing his wonderful pastimes. So, but at one point, so Krishna, so he's not different from Balaram, but different also, and Vishnu is not different, or Vasudeva Krishna is not different from Krishna, but different also. So at one point he was thinking, I killed so many demons already. So, and he knew about Prarambasura also, that he came in disguise as a coward boy, and as they were playing, he was in Krishna's group. And so there are two groups were there and they were playing, and the loser, when they were playing, so had to carry the winner on the shoulders. So Krishna is performing his wonderful pastimes just like a coward boy, just in loving a relationship and not wanting to be known as the Supreme Lord, not wanting to also show that he is the Supreme Lord, but he just wants to be a friend. He wants to be the good friend of the other Gopas. He wants to be the son of Nanda Baba. and Mother Yashoda, and is relishing that relationship the most, more so than the relationship between Krishna and Krishna's devotees who have own reverence as Vasudev Krishna. Everyone is aware in Dwarka that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. But still some intimacy is there because there is a relationship there. Krishna's children are there, the queens are there, and Vaikuntha it is even less intimate, but there's more own reverence. Whereas in Braj, there's practically no own reverence, but is the loving, wonderful, intimate relationship with Krishna and his associates and his friends and inhabitants of Braj. At the same time, Braj is most opulent, but it is covered by the sweetness. So Krishna was thinking, so let Balaram kill this demon. So that already was there in his mind, and Balaram, also the Supreme Lord, but also engaged in the pastime with Krishna. And actually Balaram, so he is serving Krishna in all the relationships. The different rasas are there in relationship with Krishna. So conjugal relationship like the gopis, and then parental relationship, Mother Yashoda, Nanda Baba, and the friendly relationship, the friends, Sudam, Sridam, Vasudam, Kinkini, and others. So many friends are there of Krishna. And then the servants are there, Raktak, Patrak, and then the animals, the trees, they also have a personal relationship with Krishna, but somewhat neutral relationship is there. But ultimately in Braj, in Golok, everyone has a personal relationship, even the trees and the animals with Krishna. And there's a loving exchange there, and they're fully conscious. Satchidananda Sarup. So Balaram is serving in all the rasas. So it is mentioned that Balaram is the embodiment of the Sandhini Shakti, the existence potency. And so the holy dham or the different paraphernalia which are used even in Krishna's service, in Krishna's bed, so these are expansions of Balaram. But we should understand that even the holy dham, Vrindavan dham, the bed, they are all Satchidananda Sarup. But predominantly, so it may be said that the bed of Krishna, for example, is a manifestation of Balaram, the Sandhini Shakti, more so than the Chit Shakti or the pleasure potency. But just as jivas, we are eternally, we have our eternal existence in relationship with Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha. So some are more imbued by the pleasure potency, and some are more imbued by the existence potency. So Balaram is serving in this way in the Shantaras to some extent, and then he's serving Krishna just like a servant. He's serving the master. So Balaram, although he's a Supreme Lord, and from one point of view he's enjoying also, and Krishna is a supreme enjoyer, or Vishnu is also enjoyer, Ramchandra, Balaram, they are Vishnu Tattva. So in this way the enjoying of the different mellows or relationships are there. At the same time, in the wonderful exchange, Balaram is also wanting to serve Krishna. And even Krishna is the Supreme Lord, but he's also there to serve Balaram. Even he's serving his devotees in loving exchange. And Balaram is the best friend of Krishna. And then in Vatsalya Bhav, because he's the elder brother, he has some parental affection towards Krishna, in the sense that he wants to protect Krishna as the elder brother. And even sometimes Mother Yashoda is telling Balaram that you please take care of your younger brother. So in this way the Vatsalya Bhav is sometimes manifested there also. And even in the conjugal relationship that has been explained by the Acharyas, also Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, and quoting also from the Chaitanya Bhagavat, where the Vrindavan Das Thakur is explaining about the wonderful pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But since Vrindavan Das Thakur is a coward boy in Braj, and he has so much love and is known as a devotee of Nityananda Prabhu, who is no different from Balaram. So in the Chaitanya Bhagavat, is in the beginning is specifically also glorifying Balaram and Nityananda, very beautifully, very nicely, and there Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada is explained that even in the conjugal relationship, Balaram is serving there as Ananga Manjari. So Ananga Manjari, she is an expanded form of Balaram. At the same time, she is an expansion of, she's the younger sister of Srimati Radharani. So it is, of course, with material intelligence, we can never understand the subject matter, but by surrendering to Guru Gauranga and Krishna, by the mercy of Balaram or Nityananda, we may have some understanding by performing our devotional service, and by the mercy of Hari Guru Vaishnava, we may have some understanding to some extent. But to fully understand the Lord's pastime is not possible. But as much as possible, as much as the Acharyas have revealed, according to our devotional service, we may have some revelation, some realization. So Balaram, as explained here by Sanatana Goswami, so he was apparently Ishat, a little, atrasat, frightened. But as we know, Balaram, as his name is also indicating, Balaram. So Bala means strength. And specifically Garga Muni, when he was doing the Namkaran Samskar for Krishna Balaram, a little bit hidden also, because everyone was afraid of Kamsa, that he was killing so many children, and therefore it was suggested that they do a private, a small ceremony in the Goshala at Gokul, the Goshala of Nanda Baba, and so then Garga Muni was called, and at that time he did the Namkaran Samskar, and he gave a name to Krishna and Balaram, and more than one name also. So and then he explained Balaram because he has unlimited strength. So it's all powerful, so therefore how he can be afraid of a demon of this material world? It is not possible. But as indicated here by Sanatana Goswami, that Balaram was acting out the role of an ordinary coward boy. So as explained, there's a tattva vichar, and that we have to always remember, especially as sadhaka, the consideration that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, Balaram is the Supreme Lord, and we are insignificant servant of them. So that we have to remember as sadhaka. But as when one is advanced in spiritual understanding, then one may be able to enter into the realm of the consideration of the pastimes when one has developed, when one is pure in consciousness, and one has developed a spontaneous affection towards the Supreme Lord, then he may enter into the wonderful realm of the wonderful pastimes of Krishna, and then he will forget that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. So Balaram here, so he's, well, here they have mentioned that it may be said that he's acting like an ordinary cowboy. But it is not that he's just playing like this, acting, okay, like we know the actors are there, Hollywood, Bollywood actors, and so as we know, and so some kind of heroes are there, but the real hero is Krishna and then Balaram. They're the real heroes, the only heroes. So then they have different roles, and then they are acting in that way. Now have to become that person, and there's a script what they have to do. But here Krishna Balaram, so it seems to be that they are acting, but actually that is their, that these are their wonderful pastimes, and naturally they're thinking that Krishna is thinking, I'm the son of Nanda Baba, I'm a gop. He's not acting, it is real. But just to give some understanding and to to also let us remember that Krishna is the Supreme Lord and Balaram also. So therefore it is sometimes mentioned that they may be acting just like an ordinary cowboy, but that is the real life of Krishna and Balaram. They are gopas, and they want to be gopas, and they don't want to be addressed as Supreme Lord, and they are never addressed in Braj as the Supreme Lord, but they are. But by Yoga Maya, everyone is thinking Krishna is my friend, Krishna is my son, or Balaram is my friend. So and they perform their pastimes at the same time. They are unlimitedly powerful, and they are manifesting that also, but that is not diminishing the loving intimate relationship of his associates by the internal potency Yoga Maya. So Balaram was performing his pastime, and so in the pastime the different emotions are there. And so as a Gopa, it is natural that, and ultimately because all the emotions, they are coming from Golok, from the spiritual land, from the highest realm. Whereas, for example, Vishnu in Vaikuntha, where he is the Supreme Lord always, he doesn't have to be afraid of everyone, of anyone. And even when Vishnu is coming, usually, he's not afraid because he's Bhagavan. He doesn't have to be afraid, he's not afraid. But at the same time, it is because everything is coming from Krishna, and it may be there to some extent also because everything is in Vishnu also. They are no different from Krishna, but at the same time it is not exhibited, it is not shown that they are afraid. They don't have to show. Like the king or the president of a country, he has to be strong. Even though sometimes the king may be afraid and he has to fight against the enemy, that he will never show that he's afraid. He cannot. Because he has to set the example for all the soldiers. If he is afraid, if he's shaking, then the soldiers will be shaking too. So he has to show that I'm powerful, and he's powerful, but in the material world especially also then to be completely fearless is not possible, even when he's very powerful. But they will not show, they will never show the king or the leader of the country. He will not show. And even sometimes in a position, even the president of the temple, he has to be powerful, he has to be strong, and he should not show that he's afraid. If sometimes he may be afraid also if something is there, some difficulties are there. So similarly, so here, so Vishnu may not show the exhibition of some fear, that's not necessary, whereas Krishna and Balaram, because by their perfect arrangement, so in Braj, so the different emotions are there, and sometimes some fear is there, somewhat fearful, because he's a gop, and as a gop, so he's just like an ordinary person. So therefore therefore it is mentioned Ishat, a little frightened, a little afraid he was there. But because at the same time is Sarvagya, just like Krishna, so Mugdha and Sarvagya simultaneously present. Some bewilderment is there, transcendental bewilderment of the Lord, or some sadness, being a little afraid is there. At the same time, then immediately he becomes Sarvagya, he is Sarvagya. But sometimes some emotions, they become a little present, more than his omnipotency of being all-powerful. So therefore, to maintain the mood, he was a little afraid. Oh, big demon there. Big demon. All the boys who were, of course, he was carrying, Pralambarasuri, he was carrying Balaram a little away, because he was actually afraid of Krishna. Because he had understood, he had heard about Krishna, he killed so many demons. So he thought, let me just try to finish off first Balaram, and then we'll see, maybe we can see later about Krishna. But he didn't go this far, because Balaram is no different from Krishna, most powerful. And so Balaram took him away, but some of the boys, they were also seeing, and the demon, because Balaram became a little heavy, and then he showed his form. He could not maintain the form of a gop, and then he he showed, of course, the form as a demon is also not permanent, because everyone, even the demons by nature, they're servants of Krishna or servants of Vishnu. But being in this form, in this world, so he showed the form of a demon, big demon, very horrible form, Ugra. So the mystic power, so they were very powerful, these demons, more powerful than nowadays. And so the other boys, certainly they were afraid, who were seeing, or the animals were there, they were afraid of this big demon, the trees, when he saw. So Balaram, just to keep the mood, so he was a little afraid. But then, of course, quickly, as we will hear and as we know, he killed that demon very easily, just by punching him one time, and he was finished. So the other point Sanatana Goswami is mentioning, that because the demon was playing the role, so he was there as a gop and being in Krishna's party. So therefore he was thinking, well, so Krishna so is there, and that the gop, although he's a demon, but he played a friend of Krishna. So Krishna may be a little bit disappointed if I'm killing him now. So therefore he was a little bit hesitant. So just to also keep the mood of the pastime of Braj as a Gopan, Krishna is my brother, and that demon is a friend of Krishna, playing the friend of Krishna. So then Krishna, he may for 1 second be a little bit upset. Why are you killing my friend? So they may be there for 1 second. Krishna may be thinking like this. So Balaram was thinking. So Krishna, Balaram, they're the supreme beings, but at the same time, so as Gopas, they have these wonderful feelings. And very, as we can see, so very sensitive feelings are there, that I don't want to give any distress to my brother, Balaram is thinking. And so not only with Krishna, but even with the other Brijbasis or the friends, so Krishna Balaram are extremely sensitive, and they don't want to hurt anybody. So, and we can see that actually the pure devotee is also very sensitive, and they try to have a nice relationship with everyone. So we should also try to be like that. Of course, in this material world it is not easy, and because of being in this body under the modes of material nature, so sometimes it is difficult to control the emotions, but you have to try and try to be just like Krishna, but in the sense of seeing his wonderful emotions of Balaram, very sensitive, trying to see, and as Prabhupada used to say also, your love for me be shown by how much you cooperate with each other. So we have to cooperate with each other. Many times we see with the devotees, okay, so my thinking is there and the other devotee has his thinking, but then sometimes they cannot, or his vichar, his thoughts, but then they cannot get along. Why you should listen to me, what I'm saying? But that is not cooperation. Cooperation means we should try to understand the other person. And rather than trying to bring or to show our mood or what we feel, we should try to accommodate the other person, rather than trying to show that we may be knowing better, or my way is the only way. So a devotee who is surrendered to Krishna, who is pure in consciousness, so is very, very sensitive. So we try our best to be like that. Of course, sometimes it is difficult, but we try our best to be in this way. So Balaram is doing, Krishna doing, like Krishna is the Supreme Lord, but he became the chariot driver of Arjuna. I mean, we know in India, the rich people, they have their car, and then they have their driver. And the driver is not such an exalted position. Driver is a driver. It's like practically a servant, a Shudra. But Krishna is completely transcendental, and although according to Varnashram is a gop, which is not the highest, but he's transcendental and is the source of everything, and is more exalted than any Brahmana. But then he becomes a chariot driver of Arjuna. but he's still the Supreme Lord and is beyond Varnashram. But he's known as Parthasarathi, the driver. So, and he's serving Arjun. He was serving Yudhishthir before the for the Rajasuya sacrifice, welcoming everyone who came there. That was his seva. Swagatam, how are you? When somebody is coming, those who are senior, he was giving garland or even maybe washing their feet. So, so Krishna and Balaram, they are most sensitive and most humble, most wonderful. Similarly, Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. So Balaram was slightly apprehensive about killing him. So this way also, not wanting to hurt somebody. So it means to some extent a little bit afraid, but that is different. So afraid of not wanting to hurt somebody. And then the third point he's making, that so he was a little worried because he carried away Balaram. Balaram carried away the demon. So Krishna was in another place, and so he was being carried by one of Balaram's friends because they lost. And he was thinking, well, now Krishna is somewhere else, I'm here. And here you can see the different emotions are there. And that simultaneously, many times, there are many emotions there at the same time. Although he's a friend of Krishna, and the best friend is the elder brother, so therefore still the Vatsalya Bhava was manifested there to some extent. I have to protect Krishna. So now I'm here, and so he was a little worried, and I hope nothing is happening to Krishna, my younger brother, because now I'm here with this demon, and if I waste too much time here, maybe something can happen to Balaram. Something can happen to Krishna, Balaram was thinking. So he was a little apprehensive because of this, that we hope nothing will happen to my brother as I'm trying to kill now this demon. So therefore he very quickly, he didn't waste any time in killing this demon. So he quickly, just one punch of his strong hand, and then the demon was finished. And then of course he quickly went back to where the other Gopas were, and Krishna was there also. So these are the different emotions which Sanatana Goswami is explaining. So therefore it is mentioned here that he was slightly frightened, but he's always Bhagavan and he's all powerful, and so therefore the devotees, they know that Balaram or Krishna, they are never afraid. There's no need to be afraid, but the emotions are there. So Balaram is most powerful, so easily he killed the demon. So as we know, so Balaram is most powerful. At the same time, we always understand, and it is mentioned in the scriptures, that Krishna is the source of everything. He is the source of all strength. Even as we know, Balaram and Krishna are here in our temple, very beautiful, by Prabhupada's mercy. And Prabhupada one time, he was asking here, so the devotees, so who is stronger, Krishna or Balaram? And some devotees, Krishna, well, he's the Supreme Lord. He must be more strong. And then others, no, Balaram is the elder brother. His name is Balaram, he must be stronger. Some were saying Krishna, some were saying Balaram. Of course, then Prabhupada, he gave the final opinion. He was saying, yes, Balaram is strong, but you can see Krishna is there standing playing the flute, and Balaram is putting his left arm on Krishna's right shoulder. So he's taking the support of Krishna. So, of course, that is Prabhupada's humor here, and a loving relationship, and acknowledging that Krishna is most powerful. And here, so we can see, and the pastime also, so Balaram is taking the support of Krishna here. So these wonderful pastimes are there of Krishna Balaram, and actually by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and of course the previous acharyas, wonderful pastimes are revealed, and the different moods and the sentiments are there, which they manifest while they perform their pastimes. So as devotees, we should hear about these pastimes, and then we can remember the pastimes, and then we can become absorbed. And then by this process, then our transcendental nature slowly but surely will be revealed in our relationship with Krishna. But before actually being able to be fully absorbed in Krishna Lila, we have to of course take shelter of Srila Prabhupada, the previous acharyas, and then also Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Sisi Gonitai, therefore Prabhupada installed Gonitai just to show that Gonitai are not different from Krishna and Balaram, but also because we have to take shelter of them, especially in the age of Kali. In the age of Kali, Kala Shudra Sambhavaha. Everyone is practically like a Shudra. Because in the age of Kali, people, they don't live a long life and they don't have good memory, the intelligence is not sharp. And so many difficulties are there in the age of Kali. The environment is not pure. Ingredients, for example, which are there, which we use for worshipping the Lord, to get pure ghee, to get pure honey is very difficult. So difficult situation. So therefore we have to take shelter of Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and especially, so taking shelter means following their instructions, and so the most important instruction which they have given, which Mahaprabhu has given, and Nityananda Prabhu, is that we should chant the holy names, the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And it is mentioned by Mahaprabhu himself, there are no hard and fast rules for chanting these names. So whereas in other mantras we have to follow rules and regulations, but for the Maha Mantra we simply have to chant the Maha Mantra, and there are no hard and fast rules. So by Mahaprabhu's special mercy, one can easily advance in our spiritual life simply by chanting the Maha Mantra. At the same time, we have to follow some regulative principles as given by the spiritual master, the previous acharyas, as Srila Prabhupada gave us. And it is important that we, because in conditioned state we may not perceive the Supreme Lord constantly, therefore we have to worship the deities, therefore we have to take shelter of the deities every day. And as we know, Prabhupada wanted morning and evening the devotees should go to the temple, and for householders, if they are staying outside a little far from the temple, or they may be busy, also then at least at home they should, if they cannot come every day to the temple, then at the home they should do some deity worship morning and evening, so that Krishna will be there in the center, so we can remember Krishna, we can remember Mahaprabhu. By seeing, by serving, then there's a reciprocation, and then we can somewhat remember the Lord throughout the day also. And even night time, before taking rest, we offer obeisances to the Lord, and also we beg forgiveness so for any offenses committed. So in this way, then we take shelter of the Lord, and we may be able to remember. And the more one is pure, the more one is able to remember Krishna. First comes Krishna Nam, then Krishna Roop, and then Krishna Gun, and then Krishna Lila. So we have to practice and see that we can remember Krishna more and more, and then his wonderful qualities and his wonderful pastimes. It's in the association of the devotees. Hare Krishna, 9 o'clock, so we stop here. Any question? No question? Everything is clear?
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
Jai. Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare नीचे नीचे हरे हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare